Hello everybody and welcome to this week's AVARigs. My name is Wesley, not as always, but as always to my left and your right is this wonderful Blissful PC. So let's not waste any time and let's go ahead and dive right into it, shall we? So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the case, which is going to, as you know, house all the components. And this is a Vetroo M03. This is a tempered glass case. We left the glass on for this video because we have the pretty star decals, but you know, that is part of the Blissful build theme. And this is a microATX board. It is mint green. Moving on, the motherboard is going to be an ASUS Prime B650M-A II-CSM. So this is an AMD chipset. I will tell you that you know, this is definitely an entry-level board. I do see a lot of these boards used in enterprises, you know, business, you know, multiple PCs that are identical. However, nonetheless, it's ASUS, so you know, it's gonna be decent. Moving on to the CPU. Now the CPU is nothing to, you know, snub your nose at. That's gonna be an AMD Ryzen 5 7600. So this is a 6-core processor. You know, this is gonna be everything you need to, you know, play video games. This is definitely just, these are gaming PCs at heart. However, you know, if you wanted to make any upgrades, you definitely can. You know, just keep in mind that, you know, because this is a microATX board or case, I apologize, you will have to make sure that you have a microATX board inside of it. Moving on to the GPU, ASROCK Radeon RX 6500 XT Phantom. So this is a mid-level graphics card. Again, this is really entry level. This is 100% entry level, which I couldn't recommend enough for people who are just getting into the PC gaming space, because I've seen a lot of people, you know, get components that they don't necessarily need. To the memory, it's going to be a 16 gigabyte kit of Kingston Fury. This is DDR5 and this is clocked at 6,000 megahertz, or MTS as they say. As for the power supply, it is an EVGA 750 GT gold power supply. This is a 750 watt power supply. It is fully modular. I like that. As for the cooler, I do want to note that these coolers have been making a huge splash, especially with us, just because they're great coolers and they're very cost efficient. The THERMALRIGHT Assassin X120 SE ARGB white. Now these coolers have been making a huge splash. Like I said, cost efficient, and the, you know, the thermals on them are great. It's a really good entry level or budget friendly, whichever, or both, depending on, you know, where you're at in terms of building or getting into the PC space. Is a great option. I highly recommend them. And then we added some, you know, just fancy fans. So these are the QL120s. So we have 3 up front and 2 up top. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 up front, 2 up top, 1 in the back. So this bad boy is gonna be cool. Definitely cool. And then moving on to storage, we just have a simple 1 terabyte 980 Samsung drive. It's an M.2. And yeah, it's a very simplistic build. And you know, this build is definitely an entry-level build. You know, you're not going to be able to play like the latest and greatest games at 4K, even 2K, 1440p for that matter. You might be able to in some cases, like really optimized games. So I had a GPU of this nature back in the day, and I was able to play Overwatch at 1440p, no problem. But again, that's an incredibly optimized game. And you know, but certain games such as, oh, you know, like Hogwarts Legacy, the Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, I believe Part 2 came out recently as well. You're not gonna be able to play those games at like cranked setting, but I do want to say you will be able to play them at 1080p, 100% you'll be able to play them. Just don't expect to be blown away if this is something you go with. This is something definitely for someone who is stepping into the PC space for the first time, and is being, you know, keeping cost in mind. Because I'm the type of person that If I'm stepping into a new realm, I don't want to, get the latest and greatest, the best of the best. I want to dip my toes in the water first before I make, and as everybody knows, the cost of GPUs right now, I don't want to spend that kind of money, and it just doesn't work out in the end. So this customer had, if that's their thought process, it's a really good thought process. That, or they just play simple games and they don't need much. That works too. All right, everybody, well, that's gonna go ahead and do it for this week's AVARigs. If this is a build that interests you, you have multiple ways about going and getting one. So the first one, you can always use the Instabuilder. It's super simplistic. You answer a couple questions, poke a couple buttons, boom, in the background, it is gonna throw everything together for you and have a PC that is going to cater to the needs you put in. Two, you could go to our configurator and hand pick every single part to fit your needs as well. And then you could also reach out to our awesome sales team, and they'll help you every step of the way if you're not sure what components are gonna work best for your needs. We also do have our series line, so we have the medieval one, we have the Blissful series, and we also have pre-builds ready to go. So all you do is hit a button. If you hit it before a certain time in the day, it will ship the same day, I promise you. As long as everything, and the accounting side goes through good, it'll be on the way that day. Be sure to check out all of our social media platforms. All that will be down below. Be sure to join our Discord and say hello. And with all that being said, my name is Wesley. This has been AVARigs, and I will catch you next time.
If you like the PC in the video, be sure to contact our sales team by emailing sales@aviarock.com or head to the website by clicking the link within the description below. You can choose from many pre-built options, gaming or workstation based, or use the configurator to build the PC of your dreams. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can be notified of future content, and give the video a like in support of our channel. You can follow the variety of our social media channels by visiting aviadirect.com/community. And you can also join our Discord if you wish to engage in discussions related to custom-built PCs.